Welcome to R.O.G. Generous Leadership Coaching Tips. I'm your host, Shannon Cassidy. We are on chapter 12 of the 5-degree principle, how small changes lead to big results. And the title of this chapter is Choose Connections Carefully. The opening quote is from none other than Steve Jobs, and he says, "Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." Have the courage to follow your own inner voice, right? Think about how we can do that by focusing on boundaries and managing toxic relationships. A friend of mine once said that there are headlight people and taillight people. Some you're happy to see them coming, and others you're happy to see them going. So, do the people in your life energize you or drain you? For the most part. Do they have a growth mindset, like they think about possibilities, or a fixed mindset where things are only as good as they're ever going to be and there's no reason to celebrate other people's successes because it's a threat to our own available success? Thinking of the people that you spend the most time with, do they generally have an abundance mentality, like there's more than enough and the cup runneth over, or scarcity, where they're clinging on and possessive, really holding on to things, including their relationship with you? Wayne Dyer once said, "Abundance is not something that we acquire, it's something that we tune into." So true. We tune into abundance. We notice it. We look for it. It's like gratitude. The things that we're grateful for are always there. We just don't always notice them. So, choosing your connections wisely is an essential component of being a generous leader. We're significantly influenced by the people that we spend the most time with. So, how? How do we do this? As a generous leader, you might feel you have to take care of everyone. When people are open to change and will benefit from your investment and generosity, then it's totally worth it. You'll get the ROI of your R.O.G. When they're not, the tail light people, you may feel badly and sometimes forfeit positive and energizing relationships for self-sacrificial, seemingly obligatory ones. And I'm encouraging us to stop doing that. Manage your boundaries. Know when someone is not open to receiving the energy that you're willing to give, and protect yourself. You know those people and who they are in your life. So just stop responding so quickly. Stop making their fire drills your own. And if it's helpful, tell them that you're working on protecting your time and that you won't be as available as usual. They may not understand, but that's you trying to be clear about this boundary that you are establishing. There are so many magnificent, interesting, thoughtful, creative, and generous people out there. Find them. Surround yourself with people who can make you even better. And if you're not sure who is what, pay attention to how you feel when you get that text, call, or email from that person. If you feel the drain and depletion of your energy, then you know that it's a cue to reduce the focus and attention that you are offering that person. If you feel energized, aim to increase your exposure and engagement with that person. These small changes do lead to big results. Another way to assess your network is to consider the diversity of it. The people you thought of just a moment ago, just ask yourself, if you could see them all in a room, are they like you in most ways? Do they look like you, act like you, think like you, have similar beliefs? Because expanding your network thoughtfully is also a really important thing for us to do as we choose connections carefully. So, who's missing? What type of humanity is not yet represented in your personal network, professional network, your thought leadership, service providers? Try to seek ways to find and attract individuals who will help you see the world in different ways. Having proximity and familiarity is the most reliable way that we can be inclusive and generous as leaders and humans. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to take the NDI, which is the Network Diversity Index quiz. It's free and available, and we'll give you a snapshot into your current network so that you can consider who's missing, and how to be more open. Please join me next week with Frank Gregory, who's going to teach us about social intelligence. Until then, stay generous, everyone.